Landmines are continually causing can be classed as a global disaster. Between 15,000 and 20,000 people are expected to be injured or killed by landmines this year alone, so in 2007. Last year there is an estimated the same number, between 15 and 20,000 people, to have been injured and killed by landmines throughout the world. 78 countries around the world can have landmines in their soil, in which civilians are continually being killed by and injured by them, and a lot of farming is being disrupted, as well as roads and communication and transport, all being disrupted by the presence of landmines in and throughout fields and on roads and throughout the world. The Uniting Church is working within a global campaign called the International Campaign to Ban Landmines to help to curb this problem and hopefully make a mine-free world one day. In 1997, a whole lot of nations got together and created a treaty that bans anti-personnel landmines. To date, 154 nations are a part of that treaty, including Australia. So throughout my role here, we are working towards getting as many countries as possible to sign on to that treaty. We're also working to have munitions which were not included in that treaty, so anti-vehicle landmines and cluster munitions, both of which act like anti-personnel landmines and are a grave danger to civilians long after a conflict has finished. So we're working to get both those munitions banned under international law. And my role is working obviously within the unit and through the church to get more people involved in our campaign, to get the Australian government and other governments to get on board. There's a number of things local congregations can do. Our synod actually owns a great photo exhibition that's very powerful, that depicts the effect of anti-vehicle landmines and cluster bombs on communities long after a war has finished. So congregations can borrow that exhibition and show it to their local communities. We also have petitions calling on the Australian government to ban anti-vehicle landmines, as well as calling on the UK government to stop their use of and production of cluster munitions. And people can also write letters as well to governments who haven't signed on to the treaty to ban anti-personnel landmines as well.